One Piece has some of the best and most memorable villains in all of anime. Oda really understands how to hype up a character and make you excited to see them on screen. It could be his never-ending reuse of characters throughout One Piece that always makes you excited to see them whenever they pop up again, or just the sheer badass design a lot of the villains have in the series. Oda is no stranger to making a compelling villain. But while One Piece usually bats hits as far as villains go, there are still quite a few misses throughout One Piece for sure. So while there are many great villains, today we're going to be talking about the worst ones and discussing the lamest villains throughout all of One Piece. Let's start with the villain that pisses me off the most. The villain that almost single-handedly ruined an entire arc for me. And no, it's not Foxy. Wapol. Honestly, I bet a lot of you even forgot about Wapol because he's so not memorable except for how awful he is. Like, Drum Island had so much potential to be a great arc. Meeting Chopper, an iconic member of the Straw Hat crew, and it being the first snowy island we encounter in the series. But it just wasn't. Due to a mix of things, a big part of which was Wapol, this arc is definitely one of the weaker ones throughout One Piece. I mean, by design, Wapol was meant to be unlikable, and this was done to a T because, quite frankly, I hate this hamster-shaped goof troop with a passion. Wapol's backstory basically just sums him up as a coward, fleeing whatever kingdom he somehow becomes the ruler of, and abandoning his people the second the going gets tough. The Straw Hats meet him as the king of Drum Island, and he just acts super annoying through all his appearance in this arc. Like, this dude has literally no redeeming qualities as a villain, besides making it that much more satisfying when Luffy eventually defeats him. I just couldn't wait for Drum Island to be over by the end of it, and Wapol is, by all definitions, a bad villain. Next, I actually want to defend a villain I'm sure a lot of you would think would be on this list. I'm talking about Gecko Moria. I will defend Thriller Bark and Gecko Moria till I die as being a good villain for One Piece. This is the villain I see get the most hate out of any in One Piece, and I really never got why. People going as far to say he ruined Thriller Bark, which I think is absurd, okay? If anything ruined Thriller Bark, it was us not getting to see Nami's wedding. But I feel like Gecko Moria is a goofy villain done right. He's serious enough to be taken seriously, but still goofy enough to be one of the goofier antagonists in the series that we could still have fun with. He's kind of a breath of fresh air between the villains we saw up until that point, being a bit more comedical than any of them. And his final form was really cool. Like, you cannot tell me this part did not get you at the very least semi-chubbed. I don't know, I always felt like all the hate Gecko Moria gets is unwarranted. I feel like he's actually a pretty fun villain. But somebody I totally agree with the general consensus on of being a bad villain in One Piece comes from Dressrosa. Treble. This guy is exactly what I'm glad Gecko Moria wasn't. They take the goofiness scale and crank it up to a 10 with him, and he's just super annoying most of the time he's on screen. Like, goddamn man, please at the least wipe your nose before you try to take on the Straw Hats. Jesus, how am I supposed to take you seriously with boogers hanging down your nose? Treble also had a super stupid voice. It pissed me off every time this thing speaks. Like, they couldn't have picked an even slightly less annoying voice for him to have. He sounds mentally impaired throughout most of Dressrosa. And to top it off, his ability is literally just being able to throw boogers at people, so yeah, that's obviously super innovative. There's also a scene where we get to see under his grossness, and it's revealed that he was a Holocaust survivor all along, which of course was a riveting revelation. Dressrosa is easily one of the best arcs throughout One Piece, but goddamn, does Tremble suck as a villain? I'm just glad the Straw Hats defeated him, and we will hopefully never have to see his booger-stricken face ever again. Next, we gotta talk about Caesar. I really don't like Caesar at all. He's just so lame and boring compared to other villains in One Piece. Punk Hazard is honestly probably like my least favorite arc in One Piece, and Caesar is the main reason for that sentiment. Punk Hazard is a fairly short arc in the grand scheme of One Piece, but god did it not feel like it. I think it was Caesar alone that made this arc drag so long for me. His whole mad scientist shtick got old really quick, and by the end, I couldn't wait for the Straw Hats to just be over with this clown. And the worst thing of all was this man's laugh. Dear God, why did Oda have to make him laugh so much in this arc? And his motives are really shallow. He's really just a greedy dirtbag who will do anything to anyone to keep his business with Doflamingo going. He's not super interesting or compelling anywhere in Punk Hazard. Now, I did actually start to like Caesar more in his appearances after Punk Hazard when he wasn't the main antagonist and we didn't have to pretend to take him seriously. He was actually kind of funny at times in these moments. But his appearance in the Punk Hazard arc will always cement this clown as a lame villain in One Piece for me. Now, another super lame villain in One Piece is Spandam, but I feel like his unlikableness is actually what makes him a good villain. He is extremely cruel and abusive, slapping defenseless Robin, but that works for his character and is actually what makes me like him, surprisingly. I know that sounds bad, but he plays his role of an unapologetic douchebag well, and he doesn't try to be anything else, leaning into his unlikableness. He feels genuinely really evil, like he doesn't have any good intentions in his mind. He was a joy to watch and despise throughout Water 7. What separates a villain like Spandam from a villain like Wapol is how hard-hitting in their delivery they are. Like, it's way more entertaining to see Spandam straight up slap a woman than see Wapol being a coward for his whole appearance throughout One Piece. But yeah, as always, that's just my opinion. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I have a whole bunch of other videos on my channel about One Piece, so definitely go check that out if you enjoyed. And yeah, have a good one.